Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, affirming, visualizing, trying to reprogram your mind, but nothing actually changes? You wake up every day, hoping to see a shift, but instead, reality serves you the same old experiences, the same problems, the same people treating you the same way, the same struggles that just won't go away. And you start wondering, what am I doing wrong? But here's the truth, you're not failing to manifest. You're just unknowingly keeping the old version of yourself alive. And as long as that identity remains intact, your reality has no choice but to reflect it. Because manifestation isn't about forcing reality to change. It's about dissolving the identity that keeps creating the same reality over and over. Right now, you're living inside a mirror. Everything you see, your relationships, your circumstances, the way people treat you, is nothing more than a reflection of what you assume to be true about yourself. But here's where people get trapped. They react to that reflection as if it's real. When reality gives you the same rejection, the same financial struggle, the same loneliness, you respond emotionally. You feel frustrated, disappointed, stuck. And the moment you react, you reinforce the very identity that created it. Think about it. If reality makes you feel rejected, and you respond with sadness, what does that sadness confirm? That you are someone who is rejected. If you see a lack of money, and it triggers worry, what does that worry confirm? That you are someone who struggles financially. And just like that, your reaction feeds the cycle. You affirm, you visualize, but the moment reality shows you the same unwanted pattern and you react to it, you unknowingly lock that identity right back into place. This is why it feels impossible to break free. Because every emotional response is a vote for the version of you that you're trying to escape. The truth is, most people don't realize they're in this loop. They wake up, look around, and assume what they see is just how life is. They don't recognize that their outer world is simply playing back the script they've been running internally. They believe they have no choice but to react, and in doing so, they unconsciously reaffirm the very story they wish to change. This is why change often feels slow, frustrating, or even impossible. Because no matter how many techniques they practice, no matter how many affirmations they repeat, the moment they emotionally react to what they see, they slip right back into old assumptions. Their subconscious mind takes that reaction as proof, this is who I am. But here's the key, reality is not telling you who you are. It's showing you who you've been. What you see today is just a reflection of past assumptions and beliefs, nothing more. If you keep reacting as if it's set in stone, you keep it alive. But the moment you stop treating it as absolute, the moment you refuse to let it define you, you break the cycle. Imagine standing in front of a mirror and frowning at your reflection. The more you stare at it and react to it, the more it stays the same. But the second you shift your expression, the reflection must change. It has no choice. Reality works the same way. So, how do you escape the loop? You start by refusing to let what you see dictate how you feel. You remind yourself that your current reality is just a delayed projection of old thoughts. Instead of reacting, you hold firm to a new self-concept. You decide, in the present moment, who you are, regardless of what the mirror shows. And when reality tries to pull you back with familiar patterns, you don't take the bait. You see it, you acknowledge it, but you don't let it shake your inner knowing. Because the moment you stop giving your old identity power, the reflection has no choice but to shift. Your current self-concept is like a program running in the background, and its only job is to keep proving itself true. It doesn't care if you want a better life. It doesn't care if you're tired of the struggle. It only cares about maintaining the familiar. So every time you try to shift, it whispers doubts. It reminds you of your past. It points to your circumstances and says, "See, nothing has changed. This is just who you are." And because you believe those doubts, even for a second, you unknowingly reattach yourself to that identity. Not because it's true, but because it feels real. But reality doesn't feel real because it's permanent. It feels real because you keep reinforcing it. Your mind clings to what it knows, to what it has experienced before. It's designed to keep you in the known, even if the known is painful. This is why most people find themselves stuck in the same loops, repeating the same struggles year after year. It's not because they don't want change. It's because the moment they try to step into something new, their subconscious mind pulls them back into what feels familiar. And the mind is clever. It won't always pull you back with obvious fear. Sometimes it's more subtle. It will make you feel like your new beliefs are unrealistic. It will tell you that you're being delusional, that you need to be realistic, that change takes time. And if you buy into those thoughts, even a little, you give them power. The irony is, the only thing keeping your old self-concept alive is your own validation of it. Every time you agree with the doubts, every time you react to circumstances as if they are set in stone, you are voting for your old identity. You are unconsciously choosing to remain the same. But what if you stopped reacting? What if you stopped giving so much weight to what your current reality shows you? Because here's the truth, your reality isn't solid. It's fluid. It's a mirror reflecting back the beliefs you've consistently held. And the moment you shift your beliefs, truly shift them, your reflection must follow. The problem is, most people wait for the reflection to change before they change how they feel. But it doesn't work that way. Just like a mirror can't smile first, reality can't shift before you do. You have to lead the way. So, what does this actually look like? It means refusing to let your past define you. It means ignoring the voice in your head that tries to convince you that nothing is changing. It means holding firm to your new self-concept, even when nothing around you seems to reflect it yet. This is where most people fail. They give up too soon. They see no evidence, and they assume they're doing something wrong. But the truth is, the absence of evidence is evidence. It means the old story is losing power. It means things are shifting, even if you can't see it yet. The key is persistence. You have to hold the new belief longer than you held the old one. You have to be unwavering in your assumption of who you are, not who you were. Because once your new self-concept becomes dominant, reality has no choice but to catch up. Here's what most people don't realize. The moment you stop emotionally reacting to your old reality, you break the cycle. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending to be happy. It means understanding that the external world is not where the shift happens. The moment you stop letting reality dictate who you are, reality loses its grip on you. Imagine looking in a mirror. If you see a sad reflection and try to force it to smile by manipulating the glass, nothing changes. But the moment you smile, the reflection has no choice but to follow. Your reality is the same. You don't change it by fighting it. You change it by becoming the version of you that no longer matches the old story. This means, when you don't get the text, you don't spiral. Because the version of you who is chosen wouldn't. When money feels tight, you don't sink into fear. Because the version of you who is abundant wouldn't. When reality tests you, you refuse to identify with the old version of yourself. And the moment you stop reacting to the old, it has to dissolve. But here's where most people struggle. They confuse not reacting with ignoring reality. They think that if they distract themselves or force positive thoughts, they're shifting. But avoidance isn't transformation. Real change happens when you consciously decide that what you see does not define you. You don't deny your current circumstances, but you stop letting them shape your self-concept. Instead of reacting to what is, you embody what will be. You carry yourself as if your desires are already yours. You respond to life as if you are already the person you want to be. This isn't about forcing yourself to believe something overnight. It's about training your mind to stay loyal to the new version of you, no matter what appears in front of you. It's about recognizing that external reality is always a step behind your internal state. Think of it like an echo. When you yell into a canyon, the sound doesn't come back immediately. There's a delay. Reality works the same way. What you're experiencing now is just an echo of past thoughts and beliefs. If you react to it, you keep sending out the same frequency, reinforcing the same reality. But if you hold steady, if you trust the process, and stay in alignment with your new self-concept, the echo must change. The test is always in the waiting. Will you remain unwavering when nothing seems to shift? Will you stay in your new state even when your old reality tries to pull you back? Because if you do, that's when the breakthrough happens. At first, it may feel unnatural. Your mind will search for evidence that things are changing. But true power comes when you no longer need external proof to feel secure in your new identity. When you can hold your state with certainty, despite what's happening around you, reality will have no choice but to catch up. The moment you stop reacting, the moment you know who you are without external confirmation, that's the moment everything shifts. If you truly want a new reality, you can't just want different things. You have to become the version of you who already has them. Not by forcing, but by embodying. Ask yourself, who is the version of me that already has the love, the success, the freedom? How does that version think? What do they believe about themselves? What kind of reality do they assume is normal? And here's the key. Start responding to life from that identity now. Not when reality confirms it. Not when circumstances change. But right now. The moment you shift on the inside, reality has no choice but to catch up. Because reality is not a force you have to fight against. It's a mirror. And the second you stop feeding the old reflection, it disappears. This is why the struggle to manifest isn't about doing more. It's about being different. The second you drop the identity that's keeping the old reality alive, you step into a new one. And when that happens, change isn't something you wait for. It's something that happens instantly. Because the version of you that already has what you want. They aren't waiting for reality to confirm it. They are simply living it. But here's what stops most people. They hesitate. They look for proof. They second guess. They take a step toward their new identity but then glance over their shoulder, wondering if reality has shifted yet. And the moment they do that, they tether themselves back to the old. It's like planting a seed and digging it up every day to check if it's growing. You don't trust it, so you disrupt the process. You don't let it take root. And then you wonder why nothing is changing. True transformation requires trust. It requires you to step into your new self fully, without constantly looking back. Think about it. When you truly become someone new, do you question it? Do you look for signs? No, you just are. When you know something is yours, you don't worry about whether it's coming. You don't obsess over the timing. You move through life with the certainty that it's already done. That's the energy that collapses time. That's the shift that makes reality move. So the question isn't, when will my desire show up? The real question is, am I willing to be that version of me now, no matter what? Because the moment you fully commit, without hesitation, without waiting for proof, you'll realize something powerful. The reality you wanted was never separate from you. It was only waiting for you to stop separating yourself from it. What version of yourself are you choosing to embody today? Let me know in the comments. Also, I advise you to watch this video about the one hidden belief that 99% of people fail to recognize. Just click on the first video that now appears on the end of the screen.